Ashaki Noni Nichols, and I will be your host. And we have another guest here for our Women in Wellness Wednesday. I'll be bringing her up here shortly. But again, I wanted to thank you guys for joining us live on X, YouTube, and Facebook. So hopefully she's ready for me. I don't see her photo because, I'm using StreamYard. So if I see the picture, I know people are ready. If I don't see the picture, I don't know if they're ready. So, I'm going to try this. I'm going to add her to the stage, and hopefully she is ready for us on this Women in Wellness Wednesday. There she is. Hey, how are you this morning?
I am beyond excellent. Oh my God. I don't know why I was looking at the time. You guys, I'm gonna be settled in just a minute. Please forgive me. I'm on my way
Okay.
down to the Board of Commissioners today. So I don't know why I was thinking like 8 p.m. I don't know. Forgive me. You sent it to me a few times. So y'all gonna ride with me today. Y'all gonna ride with me today.
Yes, yes. And if you notice, this is LaPink. And if you are on Facebook, she holds it down daily. You know what I'm saying? And we are always with her wherever she's going. So this is exciting. So you're going on your way to the Board of Commissioners. So I'll turn
You're
it over.
literally with me, huh? You're literally with me today.
Yes.
Yes. I am on my way to Board of Commissioners. It starts at 10 o'clock, but I usually try to get down there early so I can pray and set the tone for what's going to be delivered. Okay. So you guys are with me today. Thank you
Yeah.
for having me.
Yeah. So could you tell us a little bit about you and where our audience can follow you to learn more about what you're doing?
Absolutely. I am LaPink. I am the First Lady and President of Street Groomers. I am the CEO of the Community Boutique with LaPink, where we are the voice for the voiceless and we empower dignity through fashion. And so, what we do in the community is what God needs us to do. It's really no title to it. For what he needs and wants us to do, we'll do it. So sometimes we feeding and clothing, and then sometimes we putting our foot to the necks of those that ain't doing what they're supposed to do for our community.
Wow, that's awesome. I'm so grateful for that. And I actually met LaPink about a year ago, and while
Mm-hmm.
she was campaigning for the
Mm-hmm.
sheriff there in Fulton County. And so
Yeah,
since then, we've stayed connected and just tried to, help each other. I'm just so glad that you're doing well,
absolutely,
and that
absolutely,
you're still
absolutely.
involved. So what's happening at the Board of Commissions?
So today we will be addressing, of course, and I don't know if your audience is familiar with what's going on in Fulton County with the sheriff department. The sheriff filed now about a year ago, filed a false TPO out on me for speaking out for the inmates, speaking out for individuals' loved ones, and uh, falsely accused me of bullying and stalking him because I was going down to the Board of Commissioners, voicing my voice and letting their concerns be heard. And so this was his silenced way of bullying me to try to silence me on what I was speaking out on, for people's rights. Because as we have seen that Jaheim have been arrested for, you know, animal cruelty, but he has not been arrested for human cruelty. And that is a big issue that's going on in Fulton County jail. I call it the Fulton County Trap House / massacre because there are so many deaths. So we just have lost two other individuals in that jail from the incompetence of the sheriff, from them leaving the individuals unattended. So just speaking out about things like that, the thing that happened with LaShawn Thompson, the inmate that just passed away was in that same unit, being mistreated the same exact way and wind up being found face up and passed away when they found him. And this should not be happening inside of a jail. This is not a prison. This is a jail. And this should not be occurring and not happening to our loved ones.
Wow. Wow. Thank you so much for bringing us that information. Now, if anybody wanted to donate to you or find out more information on that, where should they go?
They can do many of things. You can Zelle us at 678-984-9241. You can Cash App, which is Street Groomers, the number one. So there's many ways that they can go about making sure that, they help be a part of the movement to continue for us to do what we got to do for our loved ones that are locked up and incarcerated. Um, just to throw another little incident that just happened that wasn't really, really major, and Fox 5 got the exclusive for it. We were able to partner with Anna from We See You. She had been on this case for a mighty long time, over 3.5 years, maybe a little bit longer, fighting for David Scott to be released for 2 life sentences plus 15. And we were able to partner with her and bring in attorney Mario Williams and get that overturned. So we were able to get a 2 life sentence. I wish it was 2 years, 2 life sentence plus 15 overturned. Here in the state of Georgia, we were able to release a gentleman that his name, we call him Runt. He was in Fulton County Jail for 6 years. Wow. We brought in our attorney. His father and them had rented out an attorney, and I call it rent because, it's an installment, but for the system. And so we were able to bring in our attorney once again, Mario Williams, and he was able to get one out in 2 weeks. And they had been fighting this case for 6 years. Wow. So, God is really amazing when it comes to doing his work, and we are about that.
Okay, and thank you for that, and just all the hard work that you do. Because see, a lot of times people don't see this and they don't hear about it. That's why I was so grateful when you would, said you would come on the show. I was like, yeah, people need to understand what you're doing, because a lot of times, just in this incident with Larry Hoover, that people have been talking about, and I was in a space yesterday, and we were talking about how the influence that he had. And my whole thing was, as I researched him, I was like, okay, they threw him in a federal prison because he was committing crimes on the outside. But when he was committing crimes, you guys were letting him, right?
Yeah.
So what changed? And, Mark Carter said when he started talking about development and changing and empowerment, that's when he got locked up. that was the point, of where, he got locked up. And I was like, wow, okay. So I'm just grateful that you're working on getting people out, and getting their sentences shortened so they can be impactful in the community, right? And have their lives to hopefully help other young men that are out there not even get that far, right?
Well,
they can learn through their testimony.
Deeper.
Okay.
Let's dig even deeper into that, because by you saying that and them being able to give him the sentences that they gave to him, now we are witnessing criminals in office today. So do they need to be thrown into a cage and never ever let out? Because we witnessed Funny Willis perjury up on the stand, saying that she did not sleep with Nathan Wade. And I always bring these particular things up, excuse me, you guys, bring these particular things up because if we're going to say no one is above the law and we're going to arrest someone for having power, these are people that are in power that are breaking the law.
Yeah.
And right now, nothing has been done to them. We have a sheriff right now that has over 46 bodies that have died inside of the prison, more than even the you get at a funeral home on a day, on a
Right.
week, and nothing has been done about it. So when we talk
Wow.
about Larry Hoover, and I have and I talk about it, because it's so serious, because I have done events with his family and his son and his wife. So it's
Mhm.
not just me saying, oh, go Larry Hoover, or just
Mhm.
for the fame and the fortune of what comes with it. It's his family that is really out here fighting for him to be free,
Yes.
because they have not seen him in
Wow.
ages.
Wow.
Like, this is a man that had, and then everybody was sitting up there saying, well, what was the big deal about him, Trump pardoning him when he wasn't coming home? Well, Trump pardoned him because this gives him an opportunity to reinstate his life, for him to see his family. He had not
Yeah.
seen his family in all these years, and now he's
Yeah.
going to be able to have an opportunity. 51 years. Now he's going to have an opportunity to actually see his family. How how disrespectful to people to say he doesn't deserve that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Can
a
you
trip.
imagine being locked down? Yeah, for
Hmm.
51 for over 51 years. Can you
Yeah.
imagine that? In
Yeah.
24-hour lockdown?
Hmm. And people
Yeah,
don't
so
really talk about his influence, right? They miss
right.
that part. They talk
Exactly.
about the
Exactly.
criminal activity that happened, but I was like,
Hmm.
how much of an enterprise was he really able to run from inside the prison? And I was so grateful,
Right.
for Mark Carter sharing
Mhm.
his eyewitness account, because he was actually in prison the same time Larry Hoover was.
Yes.
And he was like, no, you guys don't realize once he made that change and he realized
Yeah.
how we needed to change as a people, and he started
Yeah.
talking that way, they locked him up.
Yeah.
They locked him
Yes.
up.
Yes. Well, if anybody is paying attention, that's what they do to all of the leaders. And I won't just, because I know I don't want to make it a black or white thing, but it is,
Mhm.
all our black leaders have been
Yeah.
either murdered or and executed, or
Yeah.
because of the power that they felt like they had and hold, or locked up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they don't deserve another chance. But here it is. We have several different people that have, and their children, that have
Yes.
murdered millions of people, and you have allowed them to have a second chance. They have
Yeah.
murdered over 9 people, went in churches. Denver, Colorado, went into movie theaters and killed all of these people, and they got a second chance. But here it is. This man have changed people's lives, and he don't get a second chance. He doesn't deserve that. Like,
Yeah.
it's,
It's
yeah. So
crazy. It's
we all
very
got to
upside
fight
down.
for it. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's a fight.
Yeah.
It's a
I'm
fight.
definitely praying for his family and praying that, they can put enough pressure on Pritzker to
Oh yeah.
convention, to pardon his sentence when he gets back to Illinois, so that he
Mhm.
can spend the remainder of his life with his family.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I hope that he has a heart, and I don't believe that Trump did it so that he can lose in it. He wins
Hmm.
regardless, but he really wins to allow for what he had went forth to do, and that's to get that man home to his family. And Trump's not going to stop until he does that. So I
Yeah.
I mean, like, I don't have faith in nobody but God, but from what, like I said, and I've never been a fan of Trump. I'm independent. We already
Right.
talked about that. But with what I have saw out of the Demon Rats, I am really, really cheering for this man to succeed, because of the disrespect that have been
Mm,
given for a human being. Now, when
yeah.
God took Saul, and I'm going there because he took Saul and allowed Saul to become Paul out of all the mistakes that he made, and he used him.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
allow God to use this man for whatever way he's going to use him, and get out the way. If you don't
Yeah.
like him, stay out the way. That's
Yeah.
not that's not our place to like or dislike anybody. God said love in all of our people. So if you don't like him, Do what you got to do to make sure that the corruption and the incompetence of people don't continue to happen. Get out and vote. Get out and have your voice be heard. Make a show.
Yes.
Do something to stay involved. But if you're not going to do that, then when I see it, I'm gonna attack it. Like, I'm gonna say something about it. You know what I'm saying? Because I just can't. I can't continue to be silent uh, for things that needs to be addressed.
Absolutely, absolutely. And before you go, I usually ask my guests on Women in Wellness Wednesday just to give our audience something that they should take away with. And we are also involved in political wellness as well, because, mind, body, spirit, we got to take care of that, but we also have to be politically well. So, what is something that you want to leave our audience with that they may be able to focus on?
Absolutely, that no matter what is going on in the world, continue to occupy your mind to trust and believe in God, because the world will fail you, but God will never fail you. And the way that things are going right now, there's so many different strings being pulled, but God is pulling the most powerful one. So keep your mind stayed on Him, because He'll keep you in perfect peace and direct your path. And continue to meet people where they're at and take them where you're going. And if you're going to the top, it's too much. It's too many people failing at the bottom. So just stay focused, and focus. Your focus is on God, not man.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us here, and drive safe to your
Absolutely.
destination. Praying for
I know
you.
you guys. Forgive me, forgive me. I thank you guys, but now y'all get to see what I do. Like this literally. I mean, I've been down because my car has been down, but I am moving around today. So y'all ride with me. Y'all get to get a part of my life for real.
Right, right. Like
I
I
know.
said, yes, and again, we're praying for you that everything works out with you
Thank
in
you.
this temporary protective order, and that we'll get a praise report that everything has been settled.
Oh, well, the thing about it is that TPO was false. So he
Mm,
redacted it
okay.
and he went back on his word with it. Yes, but I am still filing a lawsuit because that was my character that he is tainted and trying to destroy,
Mm,
because it wasn't true. So
gotcha. Gotcha.
I'm going to
Awesome.
seek legal action behind it. So yes,
Okay.
that's where
All
we're
right.
at now.
All right. Well, let's keep moving forward. Like I said, I'm looking forward to the praise report where, you call us and tell us, like,
Absolutely.
it's done, y'all.
Yes, and I want to thank you because I know that we didn't get to talk about it, but we do feed the homeless as well. And you have been out with us to feed and be out with the homeless. And so I thank you openly for all the
Aw.
work that you have done and you continue to do to make sure that Georgia stays a better place.
Thank you so much. All right. Well, we will see you on the next one. Thank you so much for joining
All
us.
right. Kingdom
Okay.
blessed.
Bye.
All right.
Yes. So that was LaPink, and I will definitely make sure to add the links to her Facebook page and just where you guys can follow her and help her. And she does such a great work with the homeless down in Atlanta, which is right up from the Capitol building. And it's interesting because you would think with the resources that we have here in Georgia and just across the country to help our homeless, that we would have fewer homeless, and we have more. And you guys have heard me talk about it before, that homelessness has become something that they're making money off of it, as opposed to ending it, right? And we need to really encourage these organizations to end it. And if they're not in the business of ending it, then they shouldn't get any funding. And that's how it should go. We should really only be sending our money and supporting organizations that are there to end and eradicate homelessness, not continue to enable it, right? So, again, thank you guys so much for joining me here on Unfiltered Vision News. This has been our Wednesday Women and Wellness Day, and I pray for all of the women out there that, yes, stay focused on God. And again, we stay here, as we say here at Unfiltered Vision, stay well, stay focused, and stay unfiltered. And we will see you guys tomorrow on the next one. Thanks again for joining us.